0 Democrats voted for the protection of women and girls, and then 0.
XconMedia.
Welcome to the channel. Appreciate you tapping in. If you're new to the channel and you get something out of this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. What we are going to be talking about today is one piece of that State of the Union address last night. Okay, if you watched that whole thing like I did, comment below. If you've seen the responses to that Michigan senator, congressman, lady, whoever she was, if you've seen Bernie Sanders commentary afterwards, please let us know in the comment section. It's there for you to say what you need to feel. You exercise your First Amendment rights down there. All right. But we are going to talk about one specific person, and her name is Peyton McNabb. Oh, you don't know who Peyton McNabb is? Well, let me tell you just a little bit about Peyton McNabb. Peyton McNabb is a former high school volleyball player from North Carolina who gained national attention after suffering severe injuries during a game against a transgender opponent. She sustained a concussion, brain bleed, and a partial paralysis from the incident in 2022. McNabb has since become an advocate for excluding transgender athletes from women's sports, testifying in support of the Fairness in Women's Sports Act in North Carolina. Recently, she was honored by President Donald Trump at a joint address to Congress where he emphasized his stance against men participating in women's sports. Now, me personally, I do not want men playing in sports with my daughter. Okay? If that's your thing, cool. I don't want them playing with my daughter. And I don't want a male going in the restroom with my daughter. Okay? This stuff has to stop. This was a last administration thing. All right? That administration is gone. Those days are over. Now, nobody is trying to say you can't do this and you can't do that. However, they should have man sports, female sports, and a sport for transgender. If y'all want to play each other, have at it. That's what they need to do. That's probably the solution to the problem. Just make one solid sport for strictly and exclusively transgenders, where male, female, whatever you identify as, you can get in that sport and you can play. But boys playing in girl sports, it just should not be. All right. Women, it's been a lot of women that have gotten hurt. It's been a lot of records that have fallen because of this, and it's not right. And this is something that should be agreed upon on both sides of the aisle. So let's see what Miss McNabb says about this last night after the speech from Donald Trump.
Wonder where they think they are with the American public on this issue. You'll see them in the audience, as you saw firsthand. These Democrats, congresswomen who showed up in pink specifically to protest President Trump's policies on women. As this is happening, we've got new polling from the New York Times on biological males in women's sports. And Peyton, when asked about thinking about transgender female athletes, meaning athletes who were born male and then choose to be female and participate in women's sports, Only 18% think that should be allowed. Nearly 80% of respondents say that that should not be allowed. So why do they think, Democrats think, that they're speaking for the people on this issue by protesting fairness in women's sports?
Once again, the Democrats have proven how out of touch they really are. I mean, like you said, 80% of the country agrees with this across all party lines. So for them to be willing to die on this hill just to push this agenda is absurd. And last night, I thought that the pink suits and everyone matching was real cute when, of course, the day before, 0 Democrats voted for the protection of women and girls. And then 0 Democrats stood and applauded when I was getting recognized for my injury, because, like Riley said, I mean, they couldn't be more anti-woman, and frankly, they are anti-American. They really embarrassed themselves all night, and it was honestly sad to see. But I wish I could say I'm surprised, but I'm not.
People, Democrats have been showing you who they are for the longest. Personally, my personal experience, I did not identify as a Republican or a Democrat. However, I just blindly voted. I just voted against Republicans. It was automatic. I automatically felt like I was supposed to vote Democratic because that's what black people do. So I voted against Donald Trump in 2016. I voted against Trump in 2020. And then I start doing the research. I start putting the work in, doing the research, going back in history, the history of the Republican and Democrat Party. I took classes on it. And now I can honestly say I'm about 99% certain that I will never vote Democratic again, because not only are they not for the people, they're not for black people, they're not for you. And the history, if you do your history, all you got to do is go back in the history books and you will see that Democrats have never been good for this country as a whole. Okay, they've been trying to keep their foot on necks for a very long time. And all of the things that they accuse Donald Trump of, it's really them. Okay, but to this Peyton McNabb story, what do you think? Please comment down below. This needs to be addressed. What do you think? Get in my comments talking about you think that a transgender male should be playing in female sports. If that's your opinion and your prerogative, man up and get down there and let us know in the comments that you think that this is wrong. Because again, this should be 100% across all party lines. And as you saw, the Democrats showed up and showed out at the address in protest only because it's exclusively Donald Trump. Just because it's Donald Trump, to them, nothing he does is correct. And this is sad. We need to unify, and part of the unification process will be to put the Democratic Party to sleep. I truly believe that if Donald Trump does everything that he said that he would do, and everything pans out and this economy get back on track, the Democrats are done for a very probably this lifetime, because who in the world wants to go back to that? So if I voted for freedom this time, I voted for freedom. I voted for that First Amendment, Second Amendment, and all the rest of the amendments of the Constitution. That's why I voted with the Republican Party. And hopefully you do your own history lesson. Do not take my word for it. Don't take my word for it. You do it. You do your own research and let us know in the comments. That's all you got to do. It's real simple. A lot of y'all want to jump in the comments and say this and throw rocks and run and hide behind the keyboard and stuff. You ain't got to do none of that. Bring facts to the comments and let's talk about it. All right. I appreciate y'all tapping in. If you got something from the video, please like, comment, and
XCon